It's Saturday morning at 10 a.m., so you know what that means. It's time for What's Up, Ocala? With tens of thousands of viewers every month on our YouTube channel and millions so far on TikTok, we are joined by our host, local owner and broker of Great Expectations Realty, Andrea Praber.
Good morning and welcome to What's Up, Ocala. I'm your host, Andrea Praber, and today with me I have my good friend Tirsa. And Tirsa, where are you working and what do you do and how can people contact you?
Well, again, my name is Tirsa Rodriguez, and I work for Mid-Florida Agencies, Florida Blue, and I am over at 628 Southeast 17th Street. My direct line is 352-566-1892.
Awesome. So we talked about a little bit of Medicare last time, and we talked a little bit of health insurance here in Florida and all of that fun stuff, but we are going to talk about the Affordable Care Act.
Yes.
Which is awesome, especially for those that are self-employed like myself. So tell us a little bit about it. What do you got for us today?
So again, like we mentioned last time, the Affordable Care Act is a law that basically states based on your household number, how many people are on your income tax return, along with your income, what zip code you reside in, and your ages. The Affordable Care Act will give you an advance premium tax credit or a subsidy to go ahead and help you pay for your monthly premium on your health insurance.
Which sounds really, really complicated, but it's really not.
Yes and no, you're right. So the advanced premium tax credit, again, basically based on those factors, they'll say, okay, for example, a family that is a family of two, they make $30,000, then they qualify for $800-900 subsidy depending on, you know, their ages and all those factors. So it's really hard to identify. People call me all the time and say, well, how much is my tax credit? Well, I got to go and put the numbers in so that way the formula spits back out a number at me.
Right.
But that tax credit is given to you every month. And based on your income come tax time. And that's how the government reconciles on the advanced premium tax credit. So if you say on your application, you're going to make $30,000, then you wind up making $40,000. You're going to pay back that difference, you know, and there's some factors in there. So you're going to pay that $800 that we used as an example from before times 12 months. And that's why a lot of people get discouraged because they don't understand how that works.
Right. But it wouldn't be the entire amount. Let's say if they are at 40,000 and they were at 30 or they thought they were going to be at 30 or whatever, they don't have that entire 800 that they have. It would be a portion of that, correct?
That is my understanding. You know, it's government.
It's government.
It's government. So that is my understanding. Yeah, that is my understanding is that basically, yes, it could be a portion of it or it could be all of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can understand if they thought they were going to be making 30 and then somebody gets out of school and all of a sudden their income goes up to 80 or something like that, then yeah, it's going to be the whole thing. So
yeah, and that's why I tell my clients it's very important when you first, like I told you, if you have any idea, let's say last year you based it on 10 houses you sold, and this year you wind up being over 10 houses already at the middle of the year. Call me. Let's make that adjustment so that way your impact is not so grievous come tax time.
Right. And you can make those adjustments, but there are specific times that you can and cannot actually have somebody come in and get health insurance. There's specific dates, correct?
Right. So for the open enrollment, you are able to do November 1st through January 15th to be able to apply for an advanced premium tax credit. With Florida Blue itself, anybody that is not going to qualify for an advanced premium tax credit can enroll from October 1st through December 31st. And I think they extended that to January 15th. I'd have to double check that. So those that are not interested or, you know, don't qualify can do from October 1st through December 31st. And again, it might have been extended to January 15th. I have to double check. But those that are on the advanced premium tax credit, healthcare.gov, all that marketplace, then at that point, it's November 1st through January 15th.
Gotcha. Okay. So with a few exceptions, that's the time frame. So,
I was talking about exceptions.
Yeah.
Exceptions for you works out really good because, and it works out good for me too, I'm not going to lie. But if somebody moves in, you know, based on some of the criteria on their company or their prior insurance, but I know with the Affordable Care Act, they do have to change within 60 days from one zip code to the other. So if they change from one zip code, from one state, they have 60 days to make that change to the state of Florida.
Gotcha.
If they lose their group insurance because they're retiring or they just lost their job in general, again, they have 60 days to be able to apply for the Affordable Care Act. If they have a baby, they have 60 days to add a baby. If they get married, they have 60 days. So those are what's called life changes or special enrollment periods. You know, and also there's now a special enrollment period that below a certain level of income, people can apply at any time.
Oh, wow.
So it's good for them to call me and just check it out and say, hey, my family, we have this, and that. Do we qualify? And I will do my best to help you out and see you or let you know. We will have to wait till November for next year.
So something that I see that absolutely breaks my heart and pushes me every single day to educate and instead of just entertain on these kind of shows, is I see a lot of people that are tenants and they never get to own their own home because they just decide or they assume that it's not affordable or that it's going to be out of their reach. And I think I see the same thing from my aspect. Of course, I'm not in your field, but I've heard many people say the same thing about health insurance. They're like, oh, that health insurance, I can't afford it. But I've actually seen a family member of mine on Affordable Care Act, and they had a $12 a month monthly. Now, that's not the norm, I'm sure. No. But, you know, it was just a single individual, $12 a month for health insurance and covered. So it is within their reach and really should be looked into.
You know, an old saying I heard a long time ago, it doesn't hurt for you to try.
Yes,
it doesn't hurt for you to try.
Yeah.
You know, give me a call. You know, and if I'm not able to help you, I'm going to give you somebody else that can help you within our agency. You know, give us a call. Go ahead and check it out. Check it out. You know, and if anything, you know, sometimes there are ways where we can make some suggestions to be able to help you to get the health insurance. You know, right now, President Biden had said it the other day during the State of the Union address, and maybe some people are going to start texting us about that. But anyways, during the State of the Union address, yes, the health insurance extra credit will expire in 2025. So that means that a lot of people that qualify now may not qualify next year. So we just have to look, you know. Right. I'm not going to speculate on what's going to happen with that. You know, as of right now, though, a lot of people qualify. Call and just ask the basic questions. I have 2 people in my household. I have 4 people in my household. You know, here's our income and let's see what you qualify for. So don't go without insurance. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it can really, really mess you up with just one car accident and a stay in the hospital with an ambulance ride, and you may be in debt for the rest of your life.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Well, I mean, I can tell you from experience, I was in a car accident in 2018. And when I looked what was charged, you know, it was a total of $25,000 just to walk into the ER.
Wow.
$25,000 just to walk into the ER. Thank God for the insurance, negotiated rates, all those little things that happen behind the scenes. And, you know, I had a copay of $600.
Wow.
So, I mean, you know, it's good for you to have the insurance, you know. I mean, I've heard some clients say, well, there's other ways to get it written off or work with the hospital. It's like, true, but not all hospitals are the same and not all doctors are the same. And some of them, unfortunately, want to get paid back. Yeah,
well, I mean, they have a lot of education, a lot of overhead, a lot of insurance they have to pay for. They want to get paid for their services. I mean, I can understand that. But at the same time, you know, if you have insurance, you can kind of sleep a little bit better at night knowing that you're taken care of. Also, you know, I would think that those with insurance probably have less deferred maintenance on themselves. Deferred maintenance is normally something I would use in real estate, but it applies. It applies. I know before I had insurance, this was many years ago, I just didn't go to get an annual checkup or whatever, because it was a really expensive thing. Just walking into the doctor's office if you don't have insurance can be very, very expensive. So I wasn't doing my my maintenance, and
listen,
it was
I just
crazy.
heard a story today. Now, granted, they're not on the Affordable Care Act, but it relates to the insurance part of it. You know, gentleman was feeling wheezy, and I hear the story all the time. Fell, hurt himself, went to the ER, got up on a ladder, fell, hurt. You know, it always seems to be revolving around a fall. Mm-hmm. But here's the unexpected. Because of that fall, they found that he has liver cancer.
Oh.
Now, how much do you think that's going to cost if he didn't have insurance?
A lot.
It's going to cost a lot. It's going to cost a lot. And, you know, like I said, it's more on the Medicare side of things. So I'm going to help that individual to see how I can assist with what they currently have. But not having the right type of insurance, for example, you know, I've had several individuals come to me because they want to go to Moffitt Cancer Center, number 3 in the nation for cancer treatment. I mean, I can tell you that, and you can call and confirm, and actually her story's on Facebook through Moffitt. My agency owner's daughter was told, hey, great, congratulations, you're pregnant. And I might have said the story before. But now, next week, it's like, I'm sorry, you have breast cancer.
Wow.
Breast cancer. And you're pregnant. Can you imagine what was going through her head?
How would you even treat something like that?
Well, that's the thing. The local facilities that were saying, well, you know, the chemo baby won't survive.
Oh.
And my agency owner said, you know what? We're going to go to Moffitt. And sure enough, they went to Moffitt, and her doctor was pregnant with a child and said, no, there's a chemotherapy that does not penetrate the placenta. And you can have chemotherapy, you can have the baby, and then continue your chemo. And then, you know, from there, we'll evaluate what else needs to happen after you have baby.
I've never even heard of something like that.
Baby's 4 years old today.
Oh, wow.
4 years old.
And healthy.
This happened during COVID, of all things.
Oh, well, let's just add more.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's throw some gasoline on that fire. That was good.
But because she had the right insurance, she was able to go to Moffitt and be seen and treated and save her baby's life.
And her own.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know? So
that's intense.
That is intense. And I hear stories like that all the time. I had a gentleman who was riding a motorcycle, and he got insurance from me the month before. He was injured in a motorcycle accident, broken leg, broken wrist, broken this. So that's surgery, that's skin grafting, that's all kinds of stuff. And the insurance helped him pay for it.
Wow.
You know, you're talking thousands of dollars, and he had maybe $2,000 to $3,000 at the most.
Wow.
So that's what insurance is for. And it keeps the hound dogs, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know how to be nice about that term.
The dogs at bay.
The collection agencies for coming after you because they're, you know.
They're going to the insurance companies.
Yeah. So the insurance company sold the bill, or the hospital sold the bill. And I think a lot of us heard that story. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is amazing. I mean, you see real life happening all the time.
All the time.
So what would stop somebody from coming in and asking a question?
It shouldn't. It's just a question. Like I said, it doesn't hurt until you try. It doesn't hurt until you ask. The worst that can happen is no.
Wow. It's terrifying.
Okay. And again, what does no mean? Not right now.
I've actually never heard you say no. Normally, I will ask a question. I'll be like, this is what I want to do. And you'll be like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and, let's look into that. And then you pull up all the information and you go a deep dive into it. And you're like, okay, here are your options. And then I realized what I had asked for is not the option I actually wanted to do. But you are like the least judgy person on the planet. You
Thank you.
You go into her and she's just going to be like, okay, well, that's an idea. Let's go ahead and look into that.
Right.
And she just kind of goes through all of the different options and she flies through that computer like nobody's business and, asks some questions, some very, very good questions to help get her where she needs to get. And then provides you some options. Some of the options might be going on Medicare or Medicaid or, other options besides what you thought you were coming in for. But all of it is always talked out.
I always talk to all my clients. Again, we talked about this before. There are no pre-existing conditions. We can't ask that. But I may ask the question of, are you being seen, on a regular basis for something like diabetes or heart disease or, dermatologist skin checks and things like that, because that will help me determine, how I can help you to pay less out of pocket on top of your premium, and be able to get the care that you need. And all of our plans, even if you were to get a high deductible plan, all of our plans cover preventative care, back to the statement you made earlier. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not going to go because no, preventative care doesn't cost you anything. Preventative care doesn't cost you anything.
Encourage you to do it.
Yeah, they do too. Well, and here's another story. Personally, I have family history of cancer. And a lot of people may or may not know this, and some insurance companies may or may not do this. But because I have a history of cancer, I went ahead and had my genetics done. I was willing to pay the $1,000 to get my genetics done.
Wow.
Okay. And because of my history, my insurance company, Florida Blue, went ahead and paid for that genetic testing.
Wow.
And now it's preventative.
Just to make sure that.
Just to make sure. So now I know what I have, what I know I need to avoid. I've already been to Moffitt. Now that I've had my genetics done, now I know where I need to go. I went to Moffitt and I'm going through the whole spiel of, meeting with a primary geneticist there, which of course that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, and going through all my preventative over at Moffitt, because now since it's in my genes, now they can do the extensive testing, like the 3D mammograms to make sure that there is nothing that is going to surprise us in the future.
Wow. That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're actually working not just to cure cancer, but to prevent it from ever happening.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And she told me, one of the, and I'm going to get on a little bit of a soapbox on here.
That's
and
okay.
I apologize.
That's
but
great for it.
the first thing that she said is, what you consume is what you are.
Sure.
So we have to be very, very careful. And I know from my personal research, and she kind of confirmed it, sugary substances.
Cancer loves that stuff. It loves that stuff.
It does. So, so now I'm going through a whole diet change. The good thing is I'll be able to lose weight.
Well, you look fantastic.
Well, thank you.
You look like you're just thriving with life over here.
I've been, 2 weeks on it now, just eating all natural and watching what sugars and what creates sugars in your body.
Yes.
But again, if you don't do that preventative, you don't know. You don't want to find out, like, the young lady I talked to earlier, that through a fall that her father has liver cancer. Yeah. We don't know what's going inside, and without having that preventative care, we may never know, and then it'll be too late.
Yeah.
Get it done, guys. Get it done. Or get the insurance to help you get it done.
Yeah. No cost. I absolutely love that all of the preventative and the maintenance that's required is always covered and strongly encouraged. I get emails from Florida Blue itself saying, okay, hey, maybe it's time for you to go and take care of this and, go in and maybe do, a breast exam or mammogram, and, get all of that done. So it's nice. It's nice.
Well, I don't know if you've checked your rewards balance recently.
Not this week, but yeah.
So I will say,
time recently,
Florida Blue will pay for non-Medicare. Again, now we're talking back to regular non-Medicare insurance. Mm-hmm. Whether you are on the Affordable Care Act or not, they pay you up to $500 a year. One, to get your preventative, get your wellness check, get your mammograms, us women, the other little nasty thing that we got to go through.
Yeah.
Men, the same thing, type deal. So, all those are preventative. Mm-hmm. And, Florida Blue pays you in rewards for getting those done.
Yes.
So not only does it not cost you anything, but they're giving you money back for getting it done.
There are certain months, if I do certain things, I have no no payment for that month.
Right.
It just kind of skips over. It's great.
Yeah, it goes towards your premium. Yep.
Yeah. It's just, no, you don't have to pay anything. You took care of yourself. Thank you. I was like, oh, well, don't mind if I do. Let's sign up for that again. They are very much into encouraging me to get regular exercise as well. So they have some different things that you can do with that at any age. So, and they'll send you, like, you can get, I don't know, a weight. What is it? That horrible thing, the scale, the weight thingy.
Yeah.
The scale in your bathroom, or they'll send you a Fitbit or stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. There's some neat little things in there that you can do.
And here's another thing. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't afford the gym. Or, the only thing I can do is Planet Fitness for $10 a month. Well, guess what? I looked at it the other day. The YMCA, through the discount program, Blue 365 deals, you can get a discounted membership at the Y. You can get a discounted membership at Gold's Gym, and these are our local gyms. Anytime Fitness, depending on which program you go through, you don't have to pay the $100, $200, $300, whatever they're offering you. You get a discount by being just a Florida Blue member, along with your workout wear. You mentioned the Fitbit, Skechers. I love Skechers. Are you wearing Skechers today?
I am wearing
Skechers today. So
I normally am in my Skechers around the office. Yes.
Yeah. And even gym equipment. I mean, and now they even have done travel deals.
Yeah. Well, I got a coupon today from them for 20% off at Walgreens.
Once a month, you get a 20% off at Walgreens. Yep.
So I mean, it's not just, okay, in case there's an emergency, there's also, life maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah. Body maintenance. So because, again, if you maintain it, then you're not going to have big, huge, massive issues down the road necessarily. So
that's
good.
true.
Yeah, it's good. Well, all right. Tell everyone one more time who you are, where you are, and how they can get in touch with you.
So again, my name is Tirsa Rodriguez. I work for Mid-Florida Agencies, Florida Blue. We are at 628 Southeast 17th Street. It's right across from Longhorns and Biddings Pharmacy on 17th Street by Blessed Trinity, in that area for the locals that know. If not, GPS it works. Yeah. I will say parking is in the back, so don't get confused like, where do I park? Parking is in the back of the building. Please feel free to call me if you just want to check. Call me. It doesn't hurt. I don't mind doing it. People are like, well, does it cost you anything? No, it doesn't cost you anything. Give me a call and for me to check, and maybe, like Andrea has experienced, you might learn one or two things, because I've been called a walking encyclopedia. But anyways, on another note, 352-566-1892 is my number to call me directly.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks,
Tirsa.
Andrea.
If you guys have any questions for her, feel free to put some comments in. She's going to definitely be checking the comments and seeing if you guys have any questions, and she'll be reaching out to you if you want, or just give her a call. Okay. All right. Great. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Andrea.
We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to be talking about the real estate stats for this week here in Marion County and some fun stuff for you to do this weekend. Be right back.
At Great Expectations Realty, we believe that you should expect more from your real estate experience. When you hire a realtor to sell your home, you should expect experienced advice on staging your home, professional photography, aerial photos, virtual video tours, and a national presence online to advertise your home to the largest pool of buyers. Your realtor should communicate from start to finish, and always remember, this is your home. You are in the driver's seat. We believe that if you aren't happy with our efforts, you should be able to fire us. We don't have cancellation fees, and our sellers never pay transaction fees either. Call Great Expectations Realty at 352-817-9160 or go online to greatexpectationsrealty.com to get your free analysis of your home's market price. Great Expectations Realty. Expect more from real estate.
Welcome back. All right, before we get into the sales stats this week, I want to ask a small favor. If you are enjoying this program, just let us know. The website here at the radio station is classichitsocala.com, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave a comment in the description below. If you're a fan and you truly think that we have helped you or educated you or just entertained you in some way, share. And on YouTube, click subscribe if you haven't already. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the real estate stats for this week here in Marion County over the last 7 days. Currently, there are 3,380 homes available and ready to purchase. That's fewer houses sitting on the market over last week's numbers. Take note, folks, that this number has been slowly but steadily going down lately. New listings hitting the market, 251. Price increase, 30. Price decrease, 362. We've been seeing those numbers in the 400s lately. So price decreases, 362. Back on the market, 89. Sold, 157. Expired, 29. Pending, 275. Temporarily off the market, 20. Withdrawn, 6. And canceled, 48. For today, the current average interest rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 6.84%. That's falling 18 basis points over the last week. If you're looking to refinance your current mortgage, the national average interest rate for a 30-year fixed refinance is 6.84%, and that's declining 20 basis points since the same time last week. 15-year fixed rate mortgage is at 6.42%. And of course, we always recommend that you look into doing that. The 30-year fixed rate FHA was probably the most popular mortgage currently. That one is at 6.66%. So some really good news. We are definitely declining from that 7% that it's been for several months now. So real estate sales in Marion County for this week have risen, which is looking promising for the next quarter of 2024. Great news for sellers, but maybe not such great news for buyers. Why not, you ask? Don't buyers want some lower interest rates? Yes, of course. But currently sellers are giving huge concessions. They're buying down points for buyers. They're dropping their home prices. There are plenty of homes on the market to choose from. And if you make a reasonable offer, it's likely to be accepted. What happens when the interest rates continue to drop? Well, more and more buyers will be buying, and then we will see less and less of those concessions, discounts, and available homes. If you're thinking of buying a home, the best time to buy your home is when you need a home. Don't try to time the market. This is honestly the best time to buy a home in years. We've had some craziness over the last few years, and right now it's nice and steady, stable, and it's actually getting better and better each day. As we get closer to the end of the year, this is likely to change. The mortgage lenders I've been talking to this week are getting many of their customers' interest rates in the 5% range, so you might want to talk to a lender. All right, the listing spotlight for this week is at 3056 Northeast 120th Street in Anthony. It's got a brand new roof that just got put on last week. Welcome to your dream farmhouse on this 8.63 acre oasis in beautiful Anthony, Florida. This charming home with its wraparound porch and dormer windows boasts the perfect blend of country living and modern comfort. With 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, there's plenty of space for your family to grow and to thrive. As you step inside, you'll be greeted by the rustic charm of a farmhouse lifestyle. The spacious living area is perfect for gatherings and family get-togethers, while the kitchen offers endless possibilities with its open concept with granite countertops and stainless steel appliances. Upstairs, you'll find a world of potential with an unfinished space that you can tailor to your specific needs and desires. So you can create an additional living area, several more bedrooms, a home office, or perhaps just a cozy retreat. I think they call them a man cave for guys, and a she shed, or I don't know what it would be for upstairs. Anyway, a craft corner, maybe that. The choice is yours. Outside, the cleared 8.63 acres provide ample room for your imagination to run wild, whether you're dreaming of a garden, a mini horse or cattle farm, or simply a serene escape from the hustle and bustle. This property offers it all, including a few chickens actually come with the deal, and a coop if you want to go ahead and get started with some chickens. This is located in Anthony. You're likely to enjoy the tranquility of rural living while still being close to all the amenities that you need. Again, the property address is 3056 Northeast 120th Street in Anthony, and you can come see for yourself with a private tour or visit the open house that's scheduled for next Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. All right, now what's going on around you today and tomorrow here in Ocala? It looks like we may have some isolated thunderstorms both today and tomorrow, but you know Florida. One moment it's sunny, the next it's raining, but only on one side of the street. It's craziness, sheer craziness. Maybe we'll see some double rainbows. I love when that happens. Well, you can definitely stop out to the downtown market this weekend. Downtown is a place to be. In fact, why aren't you there already? You can visit all the local vendors, bakers, artisans, and of course, farmers. Don't stress any weird weather. It's all under roofs, so you can enjoy rain or shine. There's a few restaurants downtown offering deals on green beer and Irish-themed food this weekend as well. You may want to check out Infinite Ale Works, O'Malley's Alley, and Bank Street Patio Bar. And you can also catch a special menu and live music starting at 5 p.m. over at O'Callahan's Pub and Eatery on East Silver Springs Boulevard. We've got the Live Oak International March 14th through the 17th. So it's going on until the 17th. The horse capital of the world is going to showcase international combined driving teams and show jumping individuals during the 33rd annual Live Oak International. The Live Oak International is a thrilling annual equestrian event nestled in, of course, the heart of Ocala. With top-notch show jumping, mesmerizing combined driving, and graceful dressage performances, it's a celebration of equestrian excellence like no other. So you can come experience the magic of horse and rider in perfect harmony as they tackle very challenging obstacles and showcase their skills with finesse. Lots of great stuff is happening in Ocala. We have the Levitt Amp Music Series, the Marion County Day coming up on the 23rd, and so much more. So stay tuned for details on all of that. But that's it for us for this week. Don't worry, we will be back next week on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for another amazing show. So we will see you then. Thanks so much for listening.
You've been listening to What's Up, Ocala? Follow us all week on Andrea Praber's YouTube channel and TikTok. We'll see you next week at 10 a.m. on What's Up, Ocala.